Welcome back. As you know, my name is Shantae Stevens, and I am the SOS Prevention Coordinator with the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida. And today, we are talking about cyberbullying. So let's get right into it. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is bullying that happens on the internet or over digital devices. Cyberbullying can happen through social media, through text messages, forums, gaming, or wherever anybody can view, participate, or share content. Cyberbullying includes posting, sharing, saying, or sending things that are negative, harmful, mean, or false about somebody else. There are some special and specific concerns that we have when it comes to cyberbullying. One, that it is permanent. We all know that once something's on the internet, it is on there forever. Even if it's deleted by you, there's some type of digital footprint on there. It just takes the right person to dig it up. So that's why tweets and pictures from 2010, 2008 resurface, because it's still on there. It's on the internet. Another concern we have with cyberbullying is that it is persistent. Technology has made it to where we can continuously and immediately communicate 24/7. So kids who are being cyberbullied rarely find relief because kids have access to their phones, to computers all the time. Even in class when they shouldn't be on their phone, they could easily get on Instagram and say something mean to somebody else. So kids don't find any relief. As far as like physical bullying, you may get bullied at school, but then when you come home, it's like, okay, this is my safe place. Kids who are getting cyberbullied, they don't have that safe place. The last concern that I am going to mention is the fact that it's hard to notice. Parents and teachers may not see and rarely see cyberbullying taking place. So it's much harder than any other forms of bullying to recognize. So one thing you want to do is try to check your child's social media accounts. It's not an invasion of privacy. You're really doing it for their well-being and the well-being of others, just to make sure that everything's on the up and up. See what they're engaging themselves in. Have regular conversations with your children about what's going on. Those conversations can really help gauge their feelings and make sure they're okay. And if you get in the habit of having these conversations, even when there are times where they say they're okay, you'll know them well enough to know that, you're saying you're okay, but I can tell that everything is not, something is off. So now that we know what cyberbullying is and what makes it kind of special and different from other forms of bullying, let's talk about the effects of cyberbullying. Just like any other type of bullying, kids who are cyberbullied can experience feelings of anxiety, fear, depression, low self-esteem, and struggle academically. But specifically, children who are getting cyberbullied, they feel powerless and vulnerable because cyberbullying can invade their life at any point of the day. That goes back to me saying how they don't feel like they have a safe place. They can feel extremely overwhelmed, especially because when it comes to the internet, it can feel as though the whole world knows what's going on and you feel totally by yourself, totally alone. Throughout the years, the number of suicides by young people has increased, and cyberbullying is one of those reasons, because children, they feel so alone and they don't want to express it to anybody. And when they have all of those feelings and they're trying to cope and trying to understand what they're feeling, it becomes too much to where they feel like that's the only out. If your child's being cyberbullied, don't dismiss those feelings. Don't think that just because it's on the internet that the feelings that they are feeling isn't real, or what is going on isn't real, just because you can't physically see it or verbally hear it. It's very, very real. So try to communicate with your child often, just to make sure you know what's going on in their lives. If there is a case of cyberbullying, make sure you get the names of the people that are involved, get the evidence, if that is text messages or screenshots of the post, and save those for documentation purposes if needed. Another thing you can do is help them take preventative measures in order to stop cyberbullying, such as blocking people who are, saying mean things about them or saying mean things about other people. Another thing is report it, especially with social sites like Facebook and Instagram. There is ways that you can report if it's hate speech or mean things, or they have a lot of different options. So I am going to give you a couple of scenarios, and I want you to pause the video after I say each scenario and think about how you would handle the situation. So say after having a conversation with your child, you find out someone in their class posted their face on a gorilla's body and put it on their spam page. And now everybody's laughing, etc., etc. How would you handle that situation with your child? Scenario 2. Let's say your child posts a picture of them at the beach with their friends, and somebody comments and calls them fat and ugly, and then other people join in the fun and they're calling them names, and now your child is extremely sad about that. What would you do, and how would you handle that situation?
Trisha, tell us about your app.
So Rethink is actually the world's first proactive solution to stop cyberbullying before it happens. So let's just say an adolescent tries to post something offensive on social media, like "you are so ugly." Rethink is first of all able to detect that that message is offensive, and then it alerts the adolescent, like, "Whoa, hold on. Are you really sure you want to post this message?" So we actually conducted a 1,500 trial Google acclaimed study, and I found that over 93% of the time when kids get this alert, like "hold on, stop for a second," they actually change their mind and decide not to post an offensive message on social media.
Really? Really?
I know, it's incredible. I was stunned.
So that's all for today. It's been my absolute pleasure speaking to you, and I hope to see you soon.